Thank you for waking up early before you head into work today. It's bright and early, beautiful day here in Charleston, South Carolina, on hallowed ground at the Citadel, the Military College of South Carolina. This morning, I'm making it official. I am running to be your governor of the great state of South Carolina. Okay, South Carolina first. I want to thank Kevin Tremaine, who's a 9/11 first responder, firefighter in New York. When he came up here, he was there on 9/11 on day one. So thank you, Kevin, for your service to your country. And the Cesura family. When I met the Cesuras and Sweet Tanner, who was run over by that vehicle on Sullivan's Island, that family brought me to tears. And that's what this is about. It's not about me. It's about the people of South Carolina. I didn't come to join the club. They don't want me, and I don't want them. I came to hold the line. They said, stay quiet. I spoke up. They said, sit down. I stood up. They said, play nice. And I fought back. South Carolina is tired of politicians who smile for the cameras, lie to your face, and then vanish when it's time to lead. I'm not one of them. I'm running for governor because South Carolina doesn't need another empty suit. It needs a governor who will fight for you and your values. South Carolina needs a governor who will drag the truth into sunlight and flip the tables if that's what it takes. South Carolina doesn't need another politician who folds when things get tough. It needs a governor who will always stand tall, no matter the odds. I walked into firestorms, and I've come out swinging. I didn't flinch, I don't fold, and you know, I never run. While others played it safe, I said what needed to be said, and I did what needed to be done. This isn't about playing defense. This is about going on offense for you, for your family, for your freedom, and for your future right here in South Carolina. I wasn't built to kiss the ring. I just wear one. I don't answer to the establishment. I don't owe those in the back room a single thing. I answer to the people. And the people, let me tell you, are fed up. I've been all across the state of South Carolina over the last couple of months, and the people are fed up. They're fed up with sanctuary sheriffs who refuse to enforce the law. Yes, that happened right here in South Carolina, where we had leadership across the state, statewide, that stood silent as we had a sanctuary sheriff in our great state, letting out illegals who were rapists, letting out illegals who were murderers, and letting out illegals who were pedophiles and child molesters. That happened right underneath our noses, right here in South Carolina. You know what I did last year? I stood up. I spoke out. I basically ran against the sheriff, and the good people of Charleston County, right where we are today, you voted in a new sheriff who on day one started working with ICE. You did that. They're fed up with statewide officials who always stay quiet, the ones who say nothing, do nothing, and stand for nothing. They're fed up with violent criminals getting a slap on the wrist while good law-abiding citizens get ignored. They're fed up with schools that push politics instead of reading, writing, and arithmetic. They're fed up with weak leaders who talk tough on TV, then cave when it comes time to vote. Caving is what got us into this mess. I will never cave. I came to draw the line today and hold it. And we will do this together. So before I tell you where we're going, let me tell you where I came from. My dad was a retired Army general. My mom was here this morning with her shades on, looking good, Mama. And she's a retired school teacher. She actually taught at the school that I dropped out. And I dropped out of. And I made one of the worst decisions of my life to drop out of school at the age of 17. My parents didn't call me. They said it to me straight. They said, if you're going to stop going to school, you have to start going to work. So I took a job at the fine dining establishment known as the Waffle House. There we go. My Waffle House people. Denny's was a little too highbrow, right, Mom? Exit 203 in Ladson. My first job, I learned how to work hard. And while Waffle House was an important part of my journey, it would not be my destination. So I went from making waffles to making history right here where we are standing on hallowed ground this morning, the Citadel, the Military College of South Carolina, because 26 years ago, this summer, this high school dropout became the first woman ever to graduate from the Citadel Corps of Cadets right here in South Carolina. A college where we don't burn American flags, we salute them. Yep. And right here on this hallowed ground, I guess almost 30 years ago, 29 years ago, I came storming into the gate, the main gate of the Citadel, probably shaking, nervous. I asked my father to help me drop my goods off in my dorm in the barracks, number 2 barracks patch at Thomas Barracks, and he said no. I had to do it on my own. I remember my parents, my mom, my dad, dropped me off at the barracks here at the Citadel. I asked for a hug. My dad shook my hand. And he said, don't call home if you want to quit. Oh. Just put on your shoes and start walking. And I didn't quit because I had something to prove to myself. Because when everyone said, no, Nancy, you can't do that. No, Nancy, you will never make it. No, Nancy, you don't have the ability to be successful. No, Nancy, you will win. I said, watch me. And I learned about having courage. I learned about having discipline. I learned what it takes to lead no matter the odds. Because leading a district, a state, a country means you have to do hard work. When you're doing it right, it's hard, it's not easy. And I learned right here at the Citadel how to hold the line, no matter the odds. And now I'm ready to hold the line for something bigger. And that means putting South Carolinians first. That means putting your families first, putting our workers first, putting our laws first, and our values first. Something that's been ignored for decades here in the great state of South Carolina. Not the illegals who are flooding our state. We have Sinaloa cartel here. We have MS-13. We have Tren de Agua. They are all here. And we will work with ICE better than ever to ensure that anyone who is here illegally gets deported immediately. We will work with ICE in every respect. If we need housing for ICE, we have it. If we need to have boots on the ground to help ICE, we will do it. We will do everything in our power. And we will not let another sanctuary sheriff dictate who gets to stay here when they're here illegally. We will not allow another sanctuary sheriff to let out rapists, murderers, and illegals who are here, who are child molesters out onto the streets of South Carolina. Not on my watch. Not. We will hold the line against the gender cult that has invaded our schools. And we've seen it. Just a few months ago, I noted how Clemson University had 15 genders on a form. Did you know male and female were not 2 of the options? So you know what we did? We made a statement about it. And you know what Clemson did 3 hours later? They took the form down. And I'm not even governor yet. So imagine what we can do from the capital of Columbia when we are governor. We're going to hold the line against the elites who are clinging to power. We're not going to support the lawbreakers. We're not going to support the brainwashers, not the back room. South Carolina belongs to you, her people. I will hold the line on taxes by giving the state a plan to cut taxes down to 0% over the next 5 years, and we'll get to that in a minute. Because the fastest way to kill your freedom is to tax it. I will hold the line on illegal immigration by defunding officials who defy the law and promote sanctuary policies. Former Sanctuary Sheriff Kristen Graziano, this one's for you. If any sheriff won't enforce the law, you will not get a dime. I will hold the line on jobs by punishing businesses that hire illegal labor instead of real hardworking South Carolinians. If you cheat the system, you're going to pay the price. If you're a solicitor and you aren't prosecuting crime, I want you to listen up because I am coming for you. The days of letting criminals walk the streets of South Carolina, not being charged, not being indicted, not being prosecuted, the days of treating victims like criminals and criminals like victims are over. The culture of coddling criminals and punishing victims is over when we're governor. I will hold the line on women and kids, insanity, and education by vetoing any funding to any college that pushes gender ideology and refuses to define what a woman is. If a school erases women, it erases its right to your tax dollars. I will hold the line for parents because parents, not the government, get the final say in their child's education. I'm not here to fault, I'm here to fight for you and your values. Together, we will make South Carolina more prosperous, more educated, more healthy, and more safe. This isn't just a campaign, it's a calling for common sense, a calling for courage, and a call to put South Carolina first. So to the establishment this morning and the cowards hiding behind their long written press releases, buckle up. To the radical left, brace yourselves. And to the great people of the great state of South Carolina, help is on the way. You and me, this is where our mission begins. God is not done with South Carolina, and neither am I. I'm Nancy Mace. I'm running for governor of South Carolina. I will hold the line. I will fight for you, and I will always put South Carolina first.